Mike Falzone style vlog. We're going to talk while I go get the mail. So I just got home from school, and that's actually kind of what my vlog today is about. This was originally going to be a really negative type vlog because I have a lot of negative feelings about the public school system. And being in college, I don't deal with this as much, but both of my parents are teachers and both of my little brothers go to public school, so it still bothers me. I'm just going to pitch out an idea that my friends and I tossed around a lot when we were in high school, just because the system that they currently have in the United States isn't very effective. My friends and I had this idea that you would have school starting at, kindergarten. And at that time, you're in a general type school. It doesn't focus on any particular subject. You just learn the basic stuff and you try a little bit of every possible job that you could have. You try stuff in the arts, you try out stuff with math and computers and science and basically everything that an elementary school is right now. When you reach about 5th grade, you've had enough time to try all of these different career paths and figure out what you like and what you're good at and what you don't like and what you're not good at. Now, all this would be taken into account by the head officials of the school, and they would call you in for like a counseling session, and you would get to decide what you wanted to pursue in school. It's kind of similar to choosing a college because certain ones are specializing in certain areas of education. But if we started at the 5th grade level, then you can have people in high school learning things that they're going to need to know whenever they get to college. Whereas whenever I got to college, I knew basically nothing that I needed to know. I mean, I knew basic math, basic English, and just all the general subjects. But I didn't know until my senior year of high school what I wanted to do with my life. And with this system, you could have kids who wanted to do artsy type things go through the arts part of a high school, and it could be one big high school with different parts, or it could be several different high schools in an area. I think it would be better with one big high school. And so they would get to choose if they wanted to do arts or science or history or whatever they wanted to do, and there would be categories, and you would get to learn more specific stuff than what you get in a normal high school education. And I don't know, I've just always thought this would be a better way of having school. You have children that would be more focused on whatever they're learning about because that's what they want to do for a living. And all of these disciplinary problems that we have, a lot of the times you can fix them by taking things away that the kids care about. Well, if the kids care about the things that they're supposed to be learning about, then taking away that learning will mess them up, throw them off. They'll be like, wait, I shouldn't do this. So the children who were being punished would actually be punished at school instead of just being threatened and their parents getting upset and all of that stuff. They would actually have something to work for. They would have a reason to keep going. And for the people that couldn't decide on what type of job that they wanted to have, what type of career they wanted to pursue in high school and college, you could have a general school that's similar to what we have now that just prepares them to be a person. And even if this is a system that is never implemented, that only exists in the minds of me and my friends, I think that it's important to take things like this into consideration, because there are so many things that I felt that I could have been taught in high school and that I just wasn't. I would also have loved to have been taught whenever I was in high school how to balance a checkbook, how to fill out tax forms, and how to apply for a job, how to write a resume, all of that stuff. All the important things aren't being taught, and we're just being pushed toward making sure that we make all of the fish try to climb the same tree, and standardized testing and focus on what the government wants instead of what the kids need. Standardized school and education is not the way to go. and I've talked about this before on my main channel, but I just find it really upsetting in that today's youth aren't getting the education they need because the schools aren't teaching it. They're focusing on standardized testing, and you have kids in the classroom who are disrupting class and not letting the teacher teach, and that you have teachers that aren't qualified to teach their subject and not willing to actually teach. There are tons of things wrong with the education system in America, and educated people is where good, healthy society comes from. And so all of these things, in my opinion, need to be fixed. I'm not going to be a politician, so I don't have that power except in voting. So once you guys become eligible to vote, please do, and taking into consideration what the politicians are going to do about education, because we're talking about the people who will control the future when we're 60, 70, 80 years old. So that was a nice rant. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'll see you guys next week.